This is The Run with Manny Wilson, and I appreciate you tuning in today with me. Thank you for listening. So I'm just going to get straight into it. So for my first topic, it's Carmelo Anthony. He just recently has been traded to the Houston Rockets, and I'm happy for him. Hopefully something good comes out of it. Now, I want to give Melo his credit first. I want to give Carmelo his credit first. He's a 10-time NBA All-Star. He's a scoring champion. He made the All-Rookie team. He has done a lot. Melo is a good player. He's a great scorer. Even to look further back in his career, Melo was one and done in college. Everyone mostly knows most of the facts that I'm saying right now, but that's okay. It's all gonna add up. So Melo was one and done in college, took his team to the NCAA championship, and then won. He averaged 22 points and 10 rebounds in college. He's a cold-hearted scorer, 6'8", quick, and he's kind of heavy set, so he can move, and it creates a lot of room for him to bully people sometimes and to go around people because he's quick and can move. Now, my whole point in all of this is that Melo is not the same basketball player that he once was. When I hear people talk about Carmelo Anthony and, oh, he's about to take the Rockets to the finals, when I hear people say things like that, I feel like they're still a little delusional and they're caught up in the old Carmelo that I was just talking about, the Syracuse Carmelo. That's not the case. That's not the case anymore. In order for Melo to regain any kind of respect that I think he once had and that he may have lost from others around the league and even fans, that he may have lost from fans, I think he has to take that back seat role, because that way he can, if he takes the back seat role with the Houston Rockets, that works perfect, because if they get to the playoffs, that's on a bigger stage, and he averaged a little, he's going to give you 16 or at least 16. But if he take a backseat role and just sit in the corner, knock down the three, and help Rockets win games that way, and hopefully please play some defense, then I think his whole name will start to rebuild, and at least he can go out with a good finish, because he's getting closer to his last few legs of the NBA, so he can at least go out with a good finish if he's gonna finish with the Houston Rockets or however he may finish his career. Now, of course, he can still score, but now this is the part that kills me every time. Like, yes, Melo is a great scorer, but other than that, what is he going to do for your team? Please tell me. Tell me something he's going to do. Is he going to lock up somebody's best player? I don't think so. You can see Melo guarding Kevin Durant, locking him up? No. I don't see it. Can Melo guard LeBron? No. He can't guard anybody. I don't see him guarding anybody. Can he find an open man? Is Melo gonna dish the rock? Is he gonna dish the rock to open people, get people open, and pass it? Actually, I don't think so. Well, Melo can get rebounds. Melo can grab a few rebounds for everybody. Yeah, I guess I'll be a little lenient with that, because he's never really averaged 10 rebounds in a single season. He's never done it. Last time he averaged 10 rebounds was when he was at Syracuse. That was it. Ever since he's been in the NBA, he has not averaged 10 rebounds. So you can sit there and argue with me about him grabbing rebounds for a team, but he still hasn't grabbed 10 rebounds, or he still hasn't averaged 10 rebounds in a single season, which is fine, but it's all part of that backseat role, because I honestly believe the best way for him to get his name back into headlines is he has to take one for the team. He has to. He has to accept the role of not playing one-on-one every possession, or not. He's not going to get the ball a lot as much as he once did when he was in Denver, or the first few years of him when he was in New York. He has to accept that, and he has to accept that he has to be a role player and just take one for the team. Play some defense, please. And I still have respect for his scoring, of course, but basically what I'm saying is just he's not a winner. He's not a winner. I don't see Melo as a winner. If I'm putting a team together, yes, he can score the ball, but he's not going to be the player I want on my team, because he has not shown me that he likes to win at all. He has not shown me that he likes to win in the NBA. But when Melo was in Denver, he got to the playoffs and he won games there. Well, okay, that was the first few years of his career. That's okay with him going to Denver, that's okay. But think about it. Just take a second to think about this. So every team he went to has gotten worse over the period of time, like ever since he's been there. Yeah, excluding Denver. I'm excluding the Denver Nuggets from this conversation or from what I just said. But okay, so think about it. Let's take a look. So the Knicks, when he first got traded to the Knicks, he had a good season. They got to the playoffs. They had 54 wins and 28 losses. That's good. I'm not mad. That's perfect. Well, not perfect, of course, but that's pretty good. I'm not going to call him a loser for getting to the playoffs, of course. But the next season after that, the Knicks in 2014. This is the second year with the Knicks, or it's third year, I believe. Actually, yeah, it was third year with the Knicks. They had 37 wins and 45 losses. Didn't make the playoffs that year. 2015. Didn't make the playoffs again. 17 wins, 65 losses. But Melo was hurt in 2015, so I'll give him a little credit with that. I'll even cut him a little slack with that. But 2016, he comes back healthy. 32 wins, 50 losses. 2017, you got another shot. 29 wins, 59 losses. You can say whatever you want. You can say he didn't have the team, he didn't have the coach. You can say whatever, but if you're not gonna do anything to change the situation where you're gonna win, go talk to a GM, something, man. You gotta make something happen where you gonna win, because I'm getting to that more. But just think about it. Okay, think about the last 5 years. The only time Melo's name has been in the headlines is whenever he was talking about either leaving the Knicks or getting traded. That's the only time we even remember Melo. Oh yeah, Carmelo Anthony. He might go here. He might go there. He might go wherever. But other than that, we don't hear about him. We didn't hear about him going on a scoring spree. We didn't hear about him dunking on nobody. He's never a big dunker, but still, we didn't hear about any statistical records. And they find a record for everything nowadays. They find a record for how many steps he's took on the court. They find records for just about anything. But we don't hear about it. We didn't hear about any of these things in the last 5 years. Only time we would hear about Carmelo is if he's talking about leaving, collecting more money, or if he's trying to get traded. And definitely we didn't hear about any playoff wins or playoff appearances. But like I said, you can use as many excuses as you want. You can say he didn't have the team. You can say he didn't have the coaches. You can say he didn't have the right mindset. Even if you want to say it was partially his fault, you can go there and say all of that. But like I said, if you're not going to try and change the situation and only ask for more money, that's not showing me that you want to win. That's not showing me that you're tired of losing. If you want to keep giving him slack on that, like, well, he was just trying to make it work. He was trying his best to make it work. I know somebody in the same 03 draft class who clearly demonstrated he does not like losing, especially multiple times. His name is LeBron James. He was in Cleveland. He was losing in Cleveland. He left. It's that simple. It's that simple. He doesn't like losing. Once he went to Miami, we won a few championships. That shows me he wanted to win. You could call it ring chasing if you want, but he pulled a move that showed me he clearly wanted to win. Then he went back to Cleveland. He had conversation with other players, telling them, come here, whatever. We got to win. We got to bring one back to the land. He won. LeBron is definitely smart enough. Once they lost Kyrie, he seen like, okay, this team, the Cavaliers aren't going to give me a good chance of winning. So what I'm going to do, what LeBron decided to do, leave. Although I don't think this move was for him to win, but he has a better chance to win in LA than he did in Cleveland, staying with that team. But speaking of LA, I want to shift gears over to LA. So I definitely think the Lakers are back on the map. I would say they just got LeBron James. So any team who gets LeBron James is definitely going to be somewhat kind of back on the map, because he is the greatest player in the league today. Now, are they going to win a championship this year? Definitely not. I think the Warriors are going to get it again. The Warriors they're just too good. They got everybody on there. I don't think anybody's beating the Warriors this year. I don't care who teams up. But in terms of the Lakers, give them a few years, 1 or 2 years, and I definitely think they'll be the favorites, especially with this huge free agency year coming up. Yeah, Magic Johnson has been doing really good, making a lot of trades. So I'm actually, the Lakers, they surprised me a little bit, and I'm pretty shocked. But so currently, the Lakers, they're working with a good team. They were already pretty good before LeBron even came because they had young players. They had some really good players, Lonzo Ball, and they were getting Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma. They had a good young team as it is, and then LeBron came over there, and it just kind of is pushing them over the top even more. It's going to make them so much better. It's ridiculous. Now, right now, they got scrappy players. They've signed some free agents. They signed Michael Beasley, Lance Stevenson, Rondo, JaVale McGee. They got some scrappy players, so it's there. And that's what you need, actually, when you're going against a team like the Warriors. You want some people who are not afraid and who want to battle. You don't want people who's getting on the court like already with that defeated mindset. You don't want that at all, and that's not what they have. So that's really good for the Lakers. And also the organization, they have the Lakers, they have a lot of money right now for big stars. And that's obviously what they want. And it's going to free up more money because they got players on 1-year deals like Rondo and Lance Stevenson, Michael B. They got those type of players on 1-year deals. And the others' contract are up as well. I think there's like 2 other people or 3 other people who have contracts that's going to end coming up next year. So that's always a plus. So they're sitting really good right now. They're sitting really good. And like I said, they got the greatest overall player in the world right now, which is okay. And they also got players who can create their own shot with Brandon Ingram, Michael Beasley, Josh Hart, Kuzma. They got a lot of young players, and I don't know if you noticed right off the back, but that's a lot of length that they have on that team. I took a second just looking at the roster, and I noticed like they have a lot of length. They got some long people on this team. Rondo is pretty long. Lance Stevenson, Brandon Ingram, they're all pretty long. Michael Beasley, Lonzo is long. So that's gonna help them. That's gonna help them a lot. Although they may not have the same roster come next year because they might have to make some trades or whatever. But within the next 2 years, I think everyone knows now that Kawhi Leonard is most likely going to go to LA once he's done with this Toronto deal and once he plays this 1 year in Toronto. But that year is important. That's a whole nother discussion. But if they don't get Kawhi Leonard, that's okay. That's okay. It's no reason to panic. You don't have to worry about anything. They got DeMarcus Cousins that's going to be a free agent. I'm sure anybody would like to get DeMarcus Cousins, especially if he has another great season this year. No Boogie, that's okay. You don't get DeMarcus Cousins, the Lakers don't get DeMarcus Cousins, that's okay. I know another monster that's about to be a free agent. His name is Kevin Durant. I feel like he's the best player. He's the best scorer, definitely, in the league. That's Kevin Durant. Oh, with Kevin Durant being a free agent, you also have someone named Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters in the league. He gonna have a decision to make as well. So the Lakers have plenty of options. There's no reason. They are sitting great right now. I think LeBron going there just shifted the whole momentum of the league. Not only Klay Thompson, but Jimmy Butler is going to be a free agent as well. They got there's some big names coming up. And Jimmy Butler has been unhappy in Minnesota. He came out publicly and let everyone know. He let everyone know that he wasn't feeling it and feeling the way Minnesota players was running things. He doesn't like playing with them young players. So playing with a player like LeBron, who's serious about winning and serious about handling his business, I think that definitely can make a huge change and definitely bring players there. Now, the only thing I would say about LeBron is because he's getting closer to the end of his career, he signed a 3-year deal or with a 1-year option or something similar where he can play 4 years if he want. But because he's on his last leg and most people know like that he's most likely going to retire as a Laker, other players around the league aren't afraid to go to that team. You think back when he was in Miami or when he was just currently in Cleveland, I'm sure it was players that was like, I could go play with LeBron, but if I sign a 3-year deal and LeBron leaves next year, now I'm just stuck with the trash team. I can see where that could cause problems with other players around the league, because it's like, if I want to play with LeBron, I want to be able to play with him at least a few years. I want to at least have like 2 or 3 years to try and win a championship with him, not just 1 year. So I think that did play a huge role, and because most people know that LeBron is going to be done after this Lakers contract, it just makes it so much better where players are like, I can go ahead and just sign with LA. LeBron is guaranteed to be there at least 3 years. So if I go sign with LA, or if I get traded to LA, this is perfect. I got 3 years at a title shot and maybe a 4th one, depending on how depending on his decision and depending on how my contract will play out. I don't think it gets better than that. That helps a lot. Within the next 2 years, man, the Lakers, they are set straight. They have nothing to worry about, and I strongly believe that LA will make another championship run very soon. Within the next 4 years, while LeBron is there, he's definitely going to attract more players, and they have a championship coming soon, really, really soon. That's all I have for you guys today. I just appreciate the time, and this is The Run with Manny Wilson, and you all have a great day today.